A question I often come across is, what is the equivalent of a black belt in Savate? It's a difficult question to answer because a black belt doesn't mean the same thing everywhere you encounter it. Certain styles take a lot longer, certain styles are more easily attained, and it depends on the individual black belt you meet, what they can do, what they're capable of, what their standard is. The same too is true of Savate gloves. We don't have belts, we have gloves in Savate, and taking a Savate silver glove, say, in a different club or a different country, a different time, you will find different levels of ability. So it would be a nonsense to ask whether my Savate silver glove can beat this karate or kickboxing black belt. They do different things, they're different people, they're different standards. So it's a difficult question to ask, and it's often a question asked by people who are investigating whether they should do the sport. They are looking to get into martial arts and rightly want to know if their time and their effort and their patience will be rewarded, and if so, which is the best path to choose at the outset. But if any of you watching are in that position, I would say choose the people more than the art. Have a look around at the instructor and the people that follow them, and go to the events if you can and see how they behave. Spend your time choosing people rather than arts, and the people that you'll be comfortable spending a lot of time with, learning with, developing with. That's your answer as to what to choose rather than which art to go for. So there's the real answer in the middle of the video. But to come back to it, if you ask me what's the equivalent of a black belt in Savate, well, it'd be tempting to say silver glove, because silver glove is the highest examined grade and therefore the culmination of technical experience, which is quite often how you'd think of a black belt in another system. But then again, you could also say at the other end, red glove. In Savate we go blue, green, red, white, yellow, silver, and for a red glove to have gotten where they are, they'll have to have done blue, which is striking, green, which is, in a manner of speaking, defending, and red, which is moving. If you can strike, defend and move, well then you're doing the sport, I'd say, pretty well. Red glove is also the standard which a lot of federations take for instructor training, beginning, or of international participation. So there's a highly competent grade, and you might well peg that to a black belt in other styles. But for me, I'm going to say yellow glove. Yellow glove is where we say you know how to spar. If blue is to strike first and green is to strike second, red is then to strike second but to the side, white is being able to read your opponent, to anticipate them, so that in yellow you may control them. In yellow we perturb or put out of position our opponent. So in yellow, that's where mastery of the ring really occurs. So I would say yellow glove is the equivalent of a black belt in Savate. Do you think that people are going to remember all the caveats I put in at the beginning about how difficult or impossible that question is to answer? I guess we'll find out in the comments below.